wanna get frisky, but you don't wanna pay the price. You just fill it up with whiskey and pack it down with ice, and I'll roll you over, give you a Coca-Cola, ice cream, a lemon soda. Gonna take soap and water, baby, for to keep it clean. Funniest gal that I think I'd ever seen. The top it was purple and the bottom was green. Oh, as I rolled her over, I'll give you a Coca-Cola, little ice cream, a lemon soda. Gonna take soap and water, baby, for to keep it clean. Jumped into the river and I started to drown. Thought about my baby and I turned around, and then I rolled her over and I give her Coca-Cola, a little dish of ice cream, a cherry soda. Gonna take soap and water, baby, got to keep it clean. Ooba dooba dooba dabba dee ba 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 zee ba da ba dee ba da ba dee ba dee ba. Oh, you got to roll it over. Yeah, give a little ice cream, a lemon soda. Gonna take soap and water, baby, give your booty clean. You follow me, babe, and I'll turn your money green. I got to show you something Donald Trump has never seen. Oh, when I roll it over, I'll give you Coca-Cola, a little bit of ice cream, a cherry soda. Got to take soap and water. When you want to get fresh, you don't want to pay the price. You just fill it up with whiskey and that's me real nice. I'll roll you over, I'll give you ice cream, cherry cola. Got to take soap and water, do the together. Right. Keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Let's try this number out here. This is called Matters of Love. When it comes to loving, I don't know what you heard, but I'm a man of action, not a man of words. I can make you cool just like a morning dove. When it comes to matters, oh baby, matters of love. When it comes to romance, I ain't no Casanova, but if you're looking for fun, then I can really bossa nova. I can make you feel just like $1,000,000. When it comes to matters, oh baby, matters of love. I get down on my knees just like a penitent in church. It ain't my finest method, but I tell you it works. I ain't too proud to beg when push comes to shove. When it comes to matters, oh baby, matters of love. People tell me I have a problem, that I'm sick and infirm. I tell you I can neither deny or confirm. I can make you cool just like a morning dove. Oh, that's when I deal in matters, honey. I deal in matters of love. Matters of love. Thank you very much. California is long, but sure ain't too wide. I'm certain my baby's hiding somewhere inside. Yes, I'm her sloop John B. Out on the sea, tempest tossed. She's my little cockatrice and my heavy little honey holocaust. Now Nevada is broad till it drops down to a point. The last man I killed was in some torn apart joint, and I'm run out of town. Not before my pride disappears. I dragged a man across the tandem band, the leather for a walk of razor's edge. Now I'm going to town, to Salt Lake, Utah. I got to pack up my matchbox, take my guitar, but I won't be my father's Jack, won't be my mother's Jill. I'll be your guitar and daddy, and I'll guitar for you, honey, when I will. Oh, I'm under the arc at the quartermaster's arcade. I'm trying to drop a coin down in my favorite game. The quartermaster is deft. His methods are far too sly. I wouldn't take a nickel from him, 'cause his nickel isn't worth a lousy dime. Thank you very much. Good to be back with you in Ramona again. This is my second time. This is called Heathen. But my apologies to Blind Willie McTell and Owen Wister. And to my cousin who taught me how to play it. There's many New York fellows, many Virginian sirs that lays down the fountain pen and trade it for the rope and spurs. There's one or two lonely ladies for every cowpoke that was born was ever rolled in their saddle and crushed by the saddle horn. Oh, those cowboys likes to worship all the heathen cowboy gods until lies and drink whiskey and eat naught but legs of frogs. That's right. There's cowboy girls aplenty, just as many of them as there are us. That's why I never get unruly and I try to never spit or cuss. Oh, those cowboy girls are pretty wild and fancy free. They like going dancing and loving just as much as me. It's the lucky that gets rich and don't meet someone timely in. It's a fool that gets thrown and never gets back in the saddle again. Now I couldn't lick my lips. My pony's so poorly shod. When it comes to shooting, I couldn't hit a bonsai broad. Oh, but I've got one thing for you that nobody here could ever best. I'm the greatest guitar picker in the whole entire doggone West. But I'm leaving old Cheyenne, and I'm bound for Tame, Utah. I'm going south to see my mother, go to heaven, go to see my pa. One more. Thank you very much. Heathen. Let's try this out here. Never know how this one's gonna go. Good. Oh, I like you. Thank you. Keep that coming. I just feel like a monkey up here, you know. Cowboy, can you ride on, cowboy ride, ride on, cowboy ride. I saddle bronco riding, it's a rough even. Yes, it's liable to leave you just a little bit bent. And you ride on, cowboy ride, ride on, cowboy ride. Now bareback riding, it can get pretty wild. Yes, some horses ain't gentle, and none of them are mild. And you ride on, cowboy ride, ride on, cowboy ride. That's one bolt down, boys, one bolt to go, good Lord. Here it comes, and I'm running too slow. Ride on, cowboy ride, ride on, cowboy ride. Oh, lock up your daughters and pray for your wives. Oh, the cowboys are in town, you better run for your lives. And ride on, cowboy ride, ride on, cowboy ride. I'd rather be a cowboy dogging these steers than a billionaire for 1,000 years. And you ride on, cowboy ride, you ride on, cowboy ride. So I tell you, pretty baby, like I done told you before, if you don't want a monkey, then I'm walking out the door. I'm going to ride, I'm gonna ride. Now I'm going to Salty City, cause I likes wasting my time. Yes, and all them Utah women, how they love my pantomime. I'm going to ride, 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 ride. I'm going to the tracks, cause I likes watching the trains. And I'm going to find a pistol and I'm blowing out my brains. I'm going to ride, 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 ride. Let's ride. There's a price you pay to be with me, and every day it's doubled. So you don't want my love, because my love is troubled. Got to ride, I gotta ride. Oh, you say you're breaking down, and I say that you're using luck, but baby, you ain't fixing me, because I ain't your truck. I got to ride, I'm gonna ride. So you're giving me a penny and I'm making you a nickel. And when you give me a cucumber, I'm making you a pickle. Going to ride, 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 let's ride on it. I'm made of fire and that hell ain't got no fury, but I love you slow and tender, babe, I'm never in a hurry. I gotta ride. You give to me the wind, got to give to me the freedom. I'm a red-blooded American, I'll tell you that I need 'em when I ride, 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 ride. I'm never gonna make it, but that won't keep me from trying. Yes, and if you see me laughing, just laugh at the kid from crying. I've got to ride, I'm gonna ride one more time, baby. All right, thank you very much. All right, my friends. Let's switch back onto the topic of romance here. This is called Branson, Taketh Away. Almost entirely plagiarized of old blues jazz tunes. But they might be old enough. It's public domain. I don't know how that works. Not gonna worry about it until people come after me. Which only happens when you make serious money. And mama, come take a look over at sis. You know that she's down on the levee doing the double twist. Like this, Branson, go to give it to you. Branson, take it away. Yep, what I got for you, baby, is here to stay. You likes my pointy nose, don't you likes my curly hair? But now if you want your man, you're gonna have to share. Branson, gonna give it to you. I'll take it away. And what I got for you, baby, is here to stay. Dirty little sow, ain't you trying to be a bad girl? You don't know how. Branson, gonna show it to you. Branson, take it away. But what I got for you, baby, you know it's here to stay. Now you touch my bonnet, she says, touch my shawl. Oh, but don't you touch my waterfall. Branson's gonna give it to you. I'll take it away like the Lord. That's what I got for you, honey. Here to stay. Branson, take it away. I'm gonna need a drink of water after that one. Let's try one here about a failed romantic endeavor. It's called You Don't Need Another. She said, come on over. I said, you just give me the word. And I come running like a wily coyote after that blue dirty bird. And I'm not proud to say I went from the heartland all the way to the coast. I weren't your lover, I ain't your brother. You already got one dog, honey, you don't need another. You was standing in the water, crashing cold Cali waves, looking just like a siren with lascivious hate. And you said something I'll never forget. You looked me right in the eye, honey, and you said, weren't your lover? Well, I ain't your little brother. You already got one dog, honey, don't need another. So I told you a joke just to lighten up the tension, and that was right when you revealed your true intention. I said, well, I can't shift shape, baby. What you see is what you get. Oh, I ain't your lover, ain't your brother. You already got one dog, you don't need another. Well, the moon, it was full, and the curse, it was cast. I grew teeth from my mouth and hair on my back. I said, well, what's your lover? I ain't gonna be your little brother. You already got one dog, honey. You don't need another. trying to play it right tough. He said, you already got one dog, true, but one just ain't enough. And so, sit, roll over, come. Good boy. What's your lover? No, I ain't gonna be your little brother. You already got one dog, honey. Now, you don't need another. I felt just like a puppet, like a mold in the plaster when she says, I ain't your mistress, but I'm your master. I said, ain't your lover, ain't your brother. You already got one dog. I ain't so good with social cues, but I was catching her drift, and so I left on all fours. I've been running ever since, and nothing the old wolf can't get used to. Put your lover, put your brother. Already got one dog. Now you got another. If I think you need a little overhaul, I'd surely like to get one in my bib overalls. And so won't you pull your little car right inside this big white shop? Yes, and if I get started right away, then I won't ever stop. Have you been running a retro lean? Yes, it's just like you've been burning back gasoline. Is that a regular premium, honey? Well, that's all octane to me. Bring it on home to me, honey. I got to get your car for free. Well, that job's a little messy, but you got to admit, if my fingernails are dirty, then you know I'm a jit. When I'm losing my compression, it won't fire my piston ring. Yeah, I never start a job, I never stop until the skinny man sings. Oh, the cars are piling up and I'm a little behind, but I gotta get you running right on time. You better slow it down, honey. You're driving her like she's been stolen. But nonetheless, it's fun, I guess, because you're ready to roll. Thank you very much. That's called Mechanics Jazz. For anybody who likes to turn a wrench, and anybody that has to. And to anybody that likes to, you're sick and you need help. All around the water tank, I'm waiting for a train. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just sleeping in the rain. Yes, I walked up to the brakeman just to give him a line to talk. He says, if you've got money, son, then I'll see that you don't walk. I've not got a nickel, not a penny can I show. Then get off, you railroad bum. He slammed the boxcar door. Yodelee, oh, yodelee, oh, yodelee. Oh, he put me off in Texas, a state I dearly love. With the wide open spaces all around me and the moon and stars. empty. My heart is filled with pain. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train. Yodelay, oh, yodelay, oh, yodelay. Thank you very much. Jimmy Rogers. Singing Brakeman. Thank you, folks, for joining me up front. Thank you for coming. If you don't come, I don't have a job. There's nowhere else that I can sell merchandise, which is my true calling. Also, I do Matthew McConaughey impersonations for $100. For $100. So don't ask unless you're going to pay me $100. Now I forgot what I was going to play. Oh, I remember to play. This is called Cowpunch Blues. I said to the puncher, I said, puncher, puncher, don't that just beat on? I said, puncher, puncher, oh, puncher, puncher, don't that just beat on? The only time I want to see you dally is when you're sitting up high in that saddle tone. No sugar in my coffee, beefsteak and a cigarette would do. No sugar in my coffee, beefsteak and a cigarette sure would do. We'll get these bull calves cut in the springtime with a Rocky Mountain oyster stew. I've gone to the stockyards of a morning, and I'll tell you what I want to hear. I've gone to the stockyards of a morning, gotta tell you what it is that I want to hear. I want to hear the sound of high numbers being split by that quick auctioneer. Or split it, boy. Sunrise over the Rockies, thank you very much. I rise and greet the vermilion dawn. Sunrise over the Rockies, I rise and greet the goddess of the dawn. If my pony ever gets unruly tonight, grab her by the reins and song. The great disease was deadly, and it traveled up from the wicked side. The great disease was deadly, yes, and it traveled all the way up from the south. I had to destroy my whole entire operation when they done come down with foot and mouth. Shame, shame, shame. That was what I came up with, trying to be Lightning Hopkins and Ian Tyson in one go. Now this is here's another love song for you. This is called the Talkin' Big Wiener Blues. Cowboys have got their own nomenclature. They just can't help it. It's in their nature. When they're weaning a calf off a cow, they call it a wiener. That's true. Yes, it's a funny word, I agree, but it's in the dictionary pedigree, and so no, I can't say as I understand it either. But the foreman and I, once out on the range, did see a sight so very strange that it'd make any old boy jealous green. I pulled down my hat and I squinted my eyes for a better look, and then to my surprise, out there suckling was the biggest wiener I'd ever seen. What is that? I asked the foreman, Brady. He said, come on, son, don't be a baby. Though I could see his shock, he says, it's just a wiener. I shifted then in my saddle like a brand new soldier in dubious battle, and I said, wiener? Hardly knew her. I was a tenderfoot in that country at the time, and Brady was in his foreman prime, and needless to say, he knew a little more than me. He howled with laughter and said, it ain't like that. Now, come on, son. And he donned his hat. We got to get that big old calf weaned. We got to get that calf away from his mama, and that was the beginning of all my trauma, because that wiener was nearly big as a bull. I got the rope around him easy enough, and I thought, this wiener ain't so tough, so I dallied the rope, and then I began to pull. He yanked me clean out of my socks, and I realized this was the offspring of Paul Bunyan's ox, and then he proceeded to drag me down to the muddy marsh. Well, I cuss now and then, and I get a little cocky. I'm Mormon, but I still drink coffee, so needless to say, I knew this was God's judgment, fair and harsh. So he dragged me through the rocks, dirt, and sticks, and I think my shafts as I kicked the pricks. My foot was caught, and he's trying to stir up trouble. I'm nothing special, just a man of men, but if I was a cat with lives to spend, I tell you, that day I spent more than a couple. Got a mouthful of mud when I tried to holler, and then I felt the rope wrap around my collar, and then I was pulled to safety, for the wiener was bogged just then. I kissed the foreman clean on the mouth, and I told the Lord that I'd be devout and that I'd never drink another cup of coffee ever again. Well, Brady says quit it and called me a novice. He said, we still got a problem if you didn't notice. What are we gonna do? Our wiener's done been bogged. We rolled up our sleeves and took off our boots and pushed and pulled and said dang and shoot, and couldn't budge that wiener though we flogged and flogged. I said, I got an idea, let me get my saw, and then I removed the legs from the belly on and then pulled that wiener out to our great relief. We inspected our work as he bellowed on his belly, and Brady says, I'll be damned, this is funny. And then he turns to me and he says, ground beef. Thank you very much. Talkin' Big Wiener Blues. All right, I got time for a couple more for you, ladies and gentlemen. I always got to apologize for that one, but there's 3.5 minutes of your life you'll never get back. But I think Cord Lund and the Hurtin' Albertans are going to make up for it. I'm going to get a hell yeah. All right, let's try a waltz for you. How's that sound? I am a cowboy. I drive the dumb dogies. I love the pretty girls and the finely rolled stogie. I stay out of the cities, but near to the towns, 'cause a big city life can sure get me down. Under the sky contemplating creation, I'll work this hard land to my utter population. I don't need no answers. I'm all through a searching, I'll accept my plight, and I'll just move along. I'll wait for my love to come walking. I'll swoop her and over again. I'll never believe all the love she receives. All she has to do is tell me when. I'm hopeless with words and I'm lost in large numbers, but matters of spirit, they're nothing encumbers. You take what is thrown you, don't let no one own you. I'm first to admit I'm lucky one. The rivers run courses like all the pretty horses, and famine and drought, all of nature's forces. So come what may, you not hear me complain, because I don't own this land owns me. The earth will keep to its turning, as my ancient soul tells me it will. My body is stayed and my mind it is played, but my spirit never be still. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all we can hope for, right?
I'll do one more for you. And then after the set, I'll be selling mine and Chord's merchandise there in the back. So if you see anything you like, be sure to pick it up. And if nothing else, just follow me on Spotify or whatever your preferred method of music streaming may be. Yes, it is.
Branson.
Did you spell it right? Oh, that's on there. No, it's on there. Talking Big Wiener. It's on the first rodeo.
It's on Apple Music.
It's WEANER.
Yeah, right?
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Branson. I'm gonna have to talk and play over
Now
these
he's back to Arlo.
people over here.
This is hard.
It's like the way you behave at a rock and roll concert. I was down in old Joe's bar room on the corner of the square. They were serving up drinks as usual, and the usual crowd was there. On my left stood that old Big Joe McKennedy, and his eyes was bloodshot red. He turned to the crowd around him. These are the very words he said. Says I went down to St. James Infirmary and I saw my own little baby bear. It had her stretched out on a long white table. Oh, she looked so sweet, so cold, so fair. You got to let her go, God bless her. Wherever in the world she may be, you might have to search this whole entire wide world right over. You're never gonna find another little sweetheart like me. Oh, I want sex crap shooting pallbearers. I want a pretty whore to come sing me a song. Put a jazz band up on my old horse wagon. Oh, raise some hell as I stroll along. Oh, zee-dee-dee-dee da ba 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 da da ba ba dee ba da ba 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 da ba. Oh, zee-dee-dee da ba 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 da da ba 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 oh, ba zee ba da ba ba ba. Now that you have heard my whole story, I'll take another little shot of booze, and if anybody should ever come in here for to ask you, tell him you got those old St. James Infirmary blues. Let her go, let her go. God bless her, wherever in the world she may be. I'd have to search this whole entire wide world right over, and then I'm gonna find another little sweetheart like me. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you at the merch booth.
Stuck that in on us, didn't he? It's like my favorite song.